Hey man, say man, good job, Big K for coming at y'all with another one, man. And so I was just watching this video, and this is something that's been going on for a little while, but I kind of had an interesting take on it. I ain't going to cap. I was about like 4 minutes 35 seconds in though before I decided to do this reaction. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch up together, and then I'm gonna come back and get my take, or I'm gonna start with my takes until after we get to 4 minutes 35 seconds. But before we do that, man, appreciate all the support, man. If y'all don't got y'all's bev, go ahead and grab y'all's bev, get bevved up, cause we got a pretty decent one, 15 minutes right now. But and we got King Harris, his arrest coming after this, y'all. So if y'all want to watch that too, coming out right after this. So let's go ahead and watch this, catch up. I'm gonna roll up while we doing that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna mute my mic while we catching up, and then I'll come back.
Hey, have you seen this other thing that's going on? It's such a crazy case. So in the world of Jacksonville rappers and Young and Ace, he has a friend, Queso.
The Queso, yeah. His dad took the stand against his own son.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Surreal.
Yeah.
I watched it, and watching this man look over to his son multiple times, like, it was breaking my heart. It was breaking my heart because they would ask him, be like, because his son's whole defense is the guy in the ski mask with the gun running, that's not me. He's the father is the one after the murder who took the clothes. Remember, you can't see the guy in the clothes, but he took the clothes and burned it.
Yeah.
So the father is killing every alibi or every excuse that the son is trying to say he didn't do it.
The father is being charged for murder after the fact.
For accessory. Yes.
Accessory to murder after the fact.
And he basically, they said, so who is in this clothes? And he looks over to his son, and he chokes up for a little bit, and he says, my son, Hakeem Robinson. And they get into it a little bit more, and they said, why are you testifying against your son? And he says the craziest shit ever. And this is why, let me tell you this. I got to be a good father whenever I have kids. You got to pick the right one, but you got to be a good father. Because I blame a lot of this on that father. Because he used to be a street dude. And now he basically told them,
knowing when to go hard.
I have to still be a father. And the excuse was, he says, I have other kids. He's like, I'm tired of telling my other kids who ain't them. He basically are admitting that these niggas, he lost them to the streets. He says, when my other kid says, why haven't you come to my soccer game? I'm tired of telling them that daddy's not going to be there. I still got to be a father. And he basically said, I had to pick me. And I'm like, this is some scummy shit. He's sacrificing 2 of his kids. He says on the stand.
2 of his kids?
Yes, because there's another son who got shot before in the head. His name is Abdul. He's a junior.
So
Abdul.
What does he have to do with his son getting shot in the head?
So, it's such a long story. And it's like the Jacksonville stuff is just so crazy. The son, Queso, went to do a revenge killing.
Yeah.
Why? The father was driving one day. Queso wasn't in the car. His brother was, though, Abdul Robinson Jr.
Oh.
And there was a kid, his name was something McCormick. No, it's not McCormick. I forgot the name. But he was a adopted kid by the father. So the father adopted a kid. No, not adopted. It's like you fucking with a girl, and that's your girl, but that's her kid.
Stepkid.
Stepkid.
Yeah.
What happened is that the stepkid, so the father gets shot in the back. His son Abdul in the backseat gets shot in the head, and the stepkid right next to him gets killed. He said he held his hand and he drove to the hospital. The son in the back that got shot in the head, it took him months to learn how to walk and talk because it was a headshot. He got shot in the back. Queso was upset about this. He decided to get revenge.
Oh.
He went to go kill some people. When he kills some people, they basically get caught. And the father now is just saying, all of this war and all of this bullshit started because y'all, I'm serving y'all up. Even though after the fact, when they called him after the murder, he switched cars, picked them up, took their clothes, went to burn it. But now he's like, yo, y'all are fucked. I still have 2 younger kids, which is not named, but it said these younger kids have a chance at a different life, and I got to be their father. So essentially, I got to sacrifice y'all because y'all made decisions for a chance to be a father to them. Some fucked up shit.
I mean, I don't know if I completely blame the father for this.
All right, y'all had to unmute.
be honest.
All right, so look, that's pretty much where I ended off at, and this is what led me to really want to make this video, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of people are against the dad's decision, and here's the thing, right? A lot of people just the way they just view the streets. You get what I'm saying? They don't really understand how it works. They're just watching it from the third person. You get what I'm saying? So to them, they're based off of internet street politics and not real street politics. So what you'll see with a lot of these comments are, these people who are involved in the streets but always want to say something like, snitching on your seed is crazy. That's an obvious sign you're dealing with someone who's not really into that. You feel me? They just think that they know how to determine who is. Y'all don't know that. And let me explain something, right? So there's 2 ways that there's 2 like paths of this, right? And one can be the good path, one can be the bad path. And what I mean by that is, so pretty much what he said was he's giving up his son so that he can continue to be a father for his other kids. Now, on the surface, that is a pretty solid answer. So I know a lot of people are gonna say, nah, snitching is snitching, even though y'all watching from the comfort of y'all's own warm crib with good parents who take care of y'all. Y'all understand y'all don't get a say in stuff like that, bro, because y'all don't understand you get what I'm saying? Y'all not involved in that. And if y'all would, y'all know y'all be a different person than y'all is on the internet. That's the reason why y'all act street on the internet, because y'all know y'all not street IRL. You feel me? So now here's the thing, right? When academics are saying that he was an accessory, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he deserves to go down for that, but that's just him. You're going to look out for your kids, even though they did something wrong. You're going to look out for them. But here's the thing, right? When it comes to you going down for something your sons did, and I'm in my 50s, 40s, whatever. I lost my whole life to streets. You get what I'm saying? Like he that y'all got to look at it from Queso's dad's perspective. He lost his whole life to the streets. You get what I'm saying? Now you want him to go lose the rest of it off something his son did. Now here's the thing, right? With Queso, and why I feel like it is weak though to say I want to be a father while throwing your son into the system. You get what I'm saying? That's messed up to say. But here's the thing, right? Queso is a grown man, and Queso, listen, I don't even know Queso. I know he got bodies. You get what I'm saying? I don't even know. So for example, I'm all the way in Ohio. I'm literally 40,000, well not 40,000, but like 4,000 miles away from bruh, and I know he's got bodies. You get what I'm saying? And that's not me snitching. That's just me saying, having eyes and seeing. You get what I'm saying? I can just tell from his songs, this nigga killed somebody. Like, bro, you know something what I told y'all in the Max video, where I was in a studio with someone who was allegedly responsible for a murder who ended up getting killed a week later. Listen, right? I have that. I've been around people who I know how to know who really done it and who's just capping. Like there's a lot of people who you think. For example, I'm going to go ahead and rest in peace, Fulio. I'm going to go ahead and say I personally don't think Fulio had killed nobody. And same with Young and Ace. Young and Ace didn't kill nobody. You feel me? These people, that's why they was free. Queso really, they know Queso did what he did. So I feel like for the dad, I mean, it's messed up for a street perspective, but he's trying to give that away. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all who trying to say he got to keep the street code alive, he's pretty much saying, bro, I lost my life to this, bro. I want to just make sure my kids have a better life. Now, here's the thing. If he's saying that so he can get out of jail and he go out and do the same stuff, that's shame on him. And the streets going to catch up with him for that. But if this is really a second chance, I believe that, I mean, he didn't kill nobody. His son did what he did and bragged about it on songs on the internet. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, but it's just not looking good for Queso. You feel me?
No, you don't blame the father for it.
Even taking the stand, because
You got to.
You have tied your father into a murder that he never asked to be tied into. He's trying to help you out. He did the best he could. He tried to cover up your crime, but ultimately everyone got caught, and now he's being charged with an accessory to murder after the fact.
But that's what you did.
Over a murder that he didn't tell his son to go do.
Yeah, but
Hey, and I feel Act. That's why you Act's playing devil's advocate, because yeah, I mean, you are an accessory to murder. And here's the thing too, y'all. Sometimes y'all remember from the King Von incident, what happened was King Von and what was his name, Big Mike or somebody, they was both being charged for the murder. Von stayed silent. Bro was about to start telling. Bro then withdrew his statement, but still, since he somewhat admitted, he got charged. You get what I'm saying? Like, this could be one of them cases too where they using the dad statements because they don't have sufficient evidence on Queso. Because even though, like I said, I know I've killed, or I've known he got his body. I can just tell just from his demeanor. I know a nigga who's lying and a nigga who's not lying. He's not lying. But the thing is, that's not sufficient evidence to charge somebody with murder. So maybe they didn't need the dad in order. If that's the case too, then that's bad on the dad, because as a street person, you should know that. You feel me? But it seems like, I know it sounds weird, but I just feel like, yeah, the dad he knows his son is done for, and he's just trying to help himself. And I just feel like your son's already grown. You get what I'm saying? Then if you got real kids, that it's different from, he has real kids depending on him. I feel that. You feel me? I feel like that's a sufficient cop out if the circumstances are correct. You get what I'm saying? If this is truly how he feels and what he's gonna do when he gets out, I feel like it's good, but it's still, like I said, it's bad, because like I said, if that statement he's given is going to be like the nail in the coffin for Queso, then this is horrible.
Now, if he sent his son on a mission,
he's doing revenge for you. You got shot. Your son is doing revenge for you getting shot.
But you're not asking your son to do that. He took it upon himself to do that. He
Vlad,
took it upon, like, no, man, listen, I'm a father. I get
Vlad,
this.
you're not a street dude, though. This dude is a street dude.
Right.
Again, you wouldn't allow your kids to be in the streets.
No.
His kids grew up in the streets watching their dad in the streets. He was in and out of prison. That's being a bad father. If you have led a life as a street dude, your kids is watching you. Listen, the kids didn't think about murder. The kids is thinking, well, I want to be my father. They're watching their father in the streets. That's what I'm saying. The initial wrong here is that you grew up your kids in an environment and show them behavior that encouraged them to do this thing.
All ignorance.
And then let me be another devil's advocate, where a reverse of academics. Because here's the thing, though. Everything Act's saying is true. You pick up this stuff from your father. For example, I grew up in Springfield. My dad was in the streets. That's how I do it. But listen, right? I'm 26 years old. I'm not out here killing niggas. And you get what I'm saying? I done lost family too. I just had two of my cousins in Springfield just get shot and killed. You feel me? So I just think it's about how you go about it. And that's where Act is wrong, because Queso's not a kid no more. Yes, he did. He was screwed in life by the decisions he watched his family make, but it's up to him. Once you become a grown man, it's up to you. Do you want to break the cycle, or do you want to repeat it? Unfortunately, Queso repeated it. And not only that, he kind of profited off of it, because had Queso moved a little differently, he may have not even, you get what I'm saying? But Queso got himself caught because he wanted people to know he was a killer. That is the mistake number one. You feel me? Like, and that's where I be feeling like his dad shouldn't go down off that. But you still shouldn't help the police put your son away. You definitely shouldn't do that either, though.
Of course, absolutely.
20 different levels, and everyone is to blame in their own type of way, but I don't know, man. If it was my son, like I did my best. Like if I was, let's just say I was in a similar position. Like me, Vlad Lubovny was in a similar position. I get shot. My son gets killed or shot also, and my stepson gets killed, and one of my other sons goes on a revenge spree. I try to help him. It's not like his dad turned his back on him. He said, okay, I'll try to help you out, burn the clothes and try to get you out of it. But ultimately my efforts failed and everyone gets caught. At the end of the day, the person who did the crime.
Take them 10 years, man. You got to take them 10 years for your son, man.
So that's how much he was facing? 10 years?
Well,
he's what, in his 50s at this point?
He's a multiple-time felon, so it would have possibly been trumped up to like almost 20.
Exactly. So,
Florida don't play.
So basically, now I have to die in prison trying to help you out over a crime that you did.
If my son slid for me, I'm not telling on my son. You slid for me?
Yeah, you would say that until it actually happens. Until you're facing those 20, until you're facing dying in prison.
You could have died in that car.
There are many kinds of people in the world, and just as many dogs. At AKC,
that's the thing. Again,
that's another thing too. Look, right? He was the one that had to watch him get shot, his son get shot in the head, and his stepson pass away. He was the one that had to live through that trauma. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though, don't get me wrong, I know Queso, it hurt Queso, knowing your brother ain't gonna be the same. Your stepbrother just passed. Your dad got shot. I'm not saying Queso wrong for wanting some get back. It's just, I'm just saying that's another reason too. Like, bro, I had to go through this 50 years of being in the streets just to go and sit for the rest of my life for a murder. Because a 25 for him is pretty much essentially the rest of his life. When he get out, he gonna be eligible for retirement, even though he's not gonna have no. Unless, I don't know how the prison retirement works, but yeah, this is crazy, man. And I don't know, man. That's why I want to know what y'all think too. And also, like, real street niggas get in the comments too, because I really want to know how y'all view it too. Because there's a lot of ways you can look at it. You feel me? For people who aren't street, they just gonna look at it like, oh, snitching. You get what I'm saying? How they look at like Gunna and like other people, because they don't really have they don't know nothing besides what they see. But this is pretty interesting when you really think about it.
Generally anti-crime.
But you didn't die in that car. You actually survived. You know,
and your stepson died, and the other one got shot in the head.
If he sent his son on that mission and everyone gets caught, then yeah, he's a rat. I get it. But look, he did his best to try to. And listen, Boosie will completely disagree with me on this. I get it.
Yeah, Boosie definitely was. You talk to Boosie about this yet?
It's coming up.
When you doing the interview? I want to hear Boosie.
Middle of August.
But Boosie ain't gonna, I hope y'all argue about this. You better stay on this point right
here. Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, damn, what's wrong with my camera? Hold on. I feel like Boosie gonna give a real invalid take on this, just because, and everyone's gonna think Boosie word means law just because he beat his thing, but I really don't care what Boosie got to say, bro.
I'll stay on it. Because me and Boosie are not always on the same page.
And by the way, I'm not a street dude, but me, like, I understand family, and to me, it's bigger than the streets. It's about family revenge. If somebody did something to if somebody did something to my mom, that might be a crash out. I'm sorry. Like, yes, you are risking life, but it is what it is. That's family.
I get it. But would you then want your mom? Okay, so let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let's put you in Queso's situation, right?
Yeah.
And let's bring your mom into the equation.
Okay.
Someone shot your mom. You go and get revenge. You kill the guy that shot her.
Yeah.
She didn't die, right? She gets shot in the arm, whatever. She doesn't die. You go and you take it upon yourself to get revenge.
Smoked him.
You kill the guy. She tries to help cover up for you.
Yup. Good moms.
It ultimately fails and everyone gets caught. Would you want your mom to go to prison right along with you? Because here's the thing.
I want her not to sign my death certificate.
But it seems like even without that,
I did what I did what I did for family. Don't sign my death certificate.
Right.
When this guy is up there, you're signing your son's death certificate.
So basically, you'd want your mom to die in prison along with you. That's what you're saying.
Listen.
You'd want your mom to die in prison with you.
Yeah, listen.
Okay,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I know my mama, right?
You know what? You know what I'm hearing here? Lack of accountability. I went and killed somebody, and I want everyone to cover up for me.
No.
Even to
See, but here's the thing, right? And Vlad, and I'm not trying to hold Vlad the street people, you know what I mean? Because obviously this is good take. You need to hear from the non-street. That's what I'm saying. Like, non-street people get in the comments, but I'm saying, like, y'all don't think what y'all say mattered. Like, on some, not rats or rat. Like, y'all speak like y'all know it's just internet. But with people like Vlad, and what he's saying is, nah, you shouldn't want your mother to die in prison with you, which is true. But what Ak is trying to say is, you shouldn't want to be the reason why they get the evidence. So, like I said earlier, if that's because I low key feel like that's kind of what the dad is there for, and why they have him there, and what he's doing to help speed up the process. Because even though Florida, that's all they do is convict people for murder, but it's weird. Like we seen, it's a sticky situation. Like even with Melly, like they still been couldn't come to grounds on his case. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of stuff, but I just think staying silent may have been better, but I'm just saying what Queso was doing wasn't making it easy for everybody, bro. Because like I said, I think they had good enough evidence. They just had to. I don't know. I think maybe they just used the dad to make it easier. That's how I feel. Like I said,
the point of them going to prison for life.
The decision the dad had was to say, yo, the dad switched cars because the police were creating a perimeter. They had helicopters in the sky. He switched cars after hearing about the murder, picked up two of the dudes who were doing the murder, and then when they all went back to the crib, he took their clothes. You should have said, I never told y'all boys to go do no fucking murder. I'm not taking your clothes to go burn it. You did that.
Running a business is more legal than you think. Luckily, LegalZoom is here to help.
You knew what this was about.
He actually tried to help.
No, that's not trying to help. That's a crime.
And in the process of trying to help, he committed a crime. But he was trying to help.
But once you hear about a murder, you're covering it up.
You and I are just going to have to disagree on this, man. You and I are just going to have to disagree on this.
Yo, Vlad, play this. You my mans, right? If you tell me, like, something happened, you crashed out.
You really think Queso going to beat the case if you take the dad out the equation?
No, hell no. But
exactly.
Still, but if I'm his dad, I'm not the one signing his death certificate. Here's the thing. Vlad, you do some crazy shit, you come to me, and you're like, yo, you come to me, you got blood on your hands, whatever, and I'm like, I kind of know what you did, but I'm like, I want no parts. I'm gonna be like, yo, Vlad, you gotta go to Adam's house, brother. I want nothing to do with this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, if I'm over here like, oh, I got the bleach, I got this, where the body at? I'm like, yo, I got a pickup truck, let's go do this. I'm in. I'm not on the murder, but I'm in on the cover-up. Once you start doing the crime with them, don't sucker out, because, and especially when it's something that was so personal.
I get it.
You got shot and the dude decided.
I get it. It's very gray area, and there's really no right answer to this.
True.
They're really, like, you know what I mean? You and I can keep. You and I can keep.
Rap, man. I don't even like calling people a rap, but like, yo, how could you do that to your son?
You and I.
You'd have to hit me with perjury, and I would have took the chances. You've been in and out.
Man, let me know what y'all think. I lost my vape. I gotta go find that mug. But I'm just gonna end it right here. Let me know what y'all think, because this is gonna be my final ending. Because actually, let's listen to what he just said, because he actually said something pretty interesting.
How could you do that to your son?
You and I. You'd
have to hit me with perjury. True.
They're really, like, you know what I mean? You and I can keep. You and I can keep.
Rap, man. I don't even like calling people a rap, but like, yo, how could you do that to your son?
You and I.
Because this is how a lot of people gonna feel, and I get that, but another thing people gotta realize, that's all I want people to realize too, is it's easy to critique something from the comfort of your own. You get what I'm saying? Like, but when to really be in them situations, bro, it's a lot different than what you think. So a lot of people, I know people, oh no, I wouldn't. I would have. No, we don't know. You feel me? So unless y'all want to give like a valid opinion, who know, you know what I mean, been through something like this, because like I said, I still think maybe the telling is not the smart route to take, just because who knows, man. But anyways, like I said, appreciate everybody for the support, man. We're gonna go watch King Harris arrest right after this. T.I.'s son. So anyways, appreciate everybody that made it for this one. Big kid, love y'all. I'm up out of here, man.